my name is Isabella Greene. I have not done my Visions and Dreams episodes for a while, and today I want to share with you something that sometimes I wonder who I can share with, but hey, why not share it on YouTube, right? So the meditations that I've been doing have been super potent and intense, but I've been spending a lot of time in the state of consciousness that's called a void, which is just emptiness where you are everything and nothing at the same time. Sometimes, however, I get curious and I want to interact on different levels and interact with different beings. And that is somewhat of an intention or a request that I set before I go into my meditative state, and then I'm able to, so to speak, serve dimensions. So recently, I had an experience which was fascinating, both physically, intellectually, emotionally, spiritually, in every possible way. So here it is that I'm sharing that experience with you. Sat down, daytime by the way, not even during the night, but daytime I sat down to have a meditation during the 11:11 gateway. And the energy was building up, it was full moon, and just kind of sat down and started doing the meditation during that time. And the next thing I know, I'm having a full-on experience of rainbow body activation as we know it, because first of all I'm experiencing turning into light. So the entire physical form that you can feel in meditation, and I'm behind the mask, I'm in a blackout space, so it's dark here, but all of a sudden I'm seeing the lights going off, and they're all rainbow diamond light, that unmistakable light of the rainbow diamond spectrum, and I'm turning that into that light, like my body is losing shape and turning just into that stream of light. And as that's happening, I see it in my vision, so I'm bilocating because I'm able to observe it from this vantage point where I can see the physical form turning into just a beam of light. At the same time, I'm inside of it, so it feels like every cell just exploded into this streams of rainbow diamond light, and simultaneously the physical body is going through what you can just call probably nothing but multiple orgasm in every cell. That's probably the closest description that I can give you. The tingles, the waves, the heat, the energies, the euphoric state, that almost like the opiatic kind of state that you experience during an orgasm. So I'm in that, and it's not just local somewhere, it's in every cell. I'm going, my God, what's happening with me? Am I ascended? And as that is going, I feel that I am dissolved into that plasma light, or the state of the plasma being kind of thing going on. But before that started happening, I'm observing that happening, but I have a multidimensional brain, or I have consciousness that's able nowadays to process bilocation. So as that's happening, so I'm aware of my physical form, I'm aware of the light expansion or the rainbow activation full on, and then all of a sudden I'm starting to see beings, and they are the beings that I consciously, or in that space I know that I am interacting with, and they're able to see me very well going through my rainbow activation there, but it's not phasing them. I guess I'm supposed to be in that state from where they come from. And so I see that Andromedan team. I know I work with Andromedan. I have Andromedan in my stream. I'm very familiar with their work and them too, and I'm very grateful for their presence always. And so here there's like a whole ambassadorial kind of group, or a council, and they're so serious. And I'm kind of being moved through various almost kind of locations or dimensions, I imagine, once it's still happening all simultaneously in the same space. Going like, whoa, wait a minute, how is it all happening at the same time? So I'm kind of floating through, I'm interacting, I'm seeing the Andromedan, and expressing the gratitude and the presence and getting my pat on the back, like, yeah, we see you, you are us, we're you. Then I have the same thing with the Arcturians, not a single aspect that I represent, but the entire group. Again, like another council type of formation thing. And then somehow in walks the Lyran, or the Lyran. I like to say the Lyran because it just sounds more like what they sound like in their language. And as I see that being is alone, and I know it's a male energy, and it's not a council, it's not a group, it's the being, and it's the humanoid, the leopard type with those incredible big green, like the color green that I've never seen type of eyes. And you know, when you look at the leopard, they kind of look like they have that makeup around their eyes. And so this being has that, and it's got that coloration going on, but the energy is just so familiar. But I know that this is not a Lyran aspect of my stream, because on my stream I understand the Lyran aspect is more of a lioness kind of thing. And here I got this being, and it's a male. I literally, in that state, while I'm exploding into light, I'm literally experiencing such intense, like the feeling of falling in love with that being. Whoa, it is just such a powerful, and I'm having that magnetic interaction, just looking on in his eyes and experiencing that, and that kind of shook me out of that dimension. And then I started falling into a big, like just dissolving into the plasma state. And here I am, it's the next picture, the next experience where I am a plasma being. And there's that gooiness to it, as you imagine plasma, like plasma light, right? So I'm now in a whole different state of experience in my physical form. The poor human body is going like, oh my God, what am I going through here? So that's happening at the same time. And then next thing I know, it was actually the end of my meditation. So I do music and guided stuff. This one was just music, and my music is ending. And as the music is ending, I'm hearing that, oh, the human is like, yeah, you gotta get back, you gotta have to start your day, you gotta get in your house, in your physical body. So I start kind of making an effort from that perspective to pull myself back into, don't stop in any dimensions, don't fall in love with any dimensional beings, just pull yourself back into the body. As I come into the body, there's that sense of like landing, like, when you are, I don't know, on a roller coaster and you're going down, or in an airplane and it's landed. That's the feeling I'm experiencing in the body. I'm like, whoa, I'm literally landing here. And as I'm landing, I take off my mask and I cannot see anything. There's just empty golden light around me. Completely nothing around. Just a pure light, and I'm still kind of perceiving the streams of that diamond light coming, or the rainbow body. And so I'm like, whoa, I still have my third eye vision full on, but not the physical vision. The physical vision got decapacitated. Took me a moment to kind of reconstruct my physical reality and like, whoa, what was that all about? And then the next night, but wait, so when I got there, I felt full activation of the heart. Like the heart is on fire. It literally like feels like you got fire coming out. Not only the heart center, my arms and the palms of my hands. I was thinking, well, if I could heal like 100 people right now, there'll be a piece of cake. Then the activation of the heart, the healer heart, the healer hands, the upper centers are fully on, and there is a specific spectrum of sensations that you experience experience in the physical body when that's happening. And I feel no lower centers whatsoever. So grow in the root, back in, grounded back into the earth form, calming down. Wow, that was a euphoric experience. The next night, of course, I remember the Lyran being, and I'm saying, let me do the nighttime meditation and go and find that, call that being in and see if I can hang out with that being. So I start doing that. But mind you, I have a very powerful guardian who works with me. I've summoned him probably in 2016, I'm thinking now. And that's the canine humanoid, the Anubis type of being. And I always call that being in. He's always present during my sessions. He's at fast reach whenever I need him. And we have a very intimate connection because we've worked together very closely. I hang out with him. He's taken me out to show his habitat to me. And I literally know, it's a soul connection that's so strong that I literally know everything. But he's not a part of my stream. He is a part of my team. That's a whole different thing because he's an external kind of, I guess everything that's part of my stream will go to formless dimension from that perspective. But here, so he's always around, and I start calling in, I'm in meditation, I start calling in the Lyran aspect, which shows up in my periphery, but in comes the canine, my humanoid, and I have a name, but I'm not going to give you the name on camera here because that's that's the sound of that name that seals our bond. So he comes in, and he literally just kind of shoulders that Lyran out of my periphery of vision. And I look at him going, what's up with that? And who did I tell this kind of story, right? Well, I have one friend on Facebook that I told him that story because he interacts with this same kind of beings, the canines, very closely as well. And so we had this awesome conversation there about this. But so as I saw the Lyran coming in, the leopard, the humanoid, gorgeous, I feel that his energy is kind of wishy-washy almost, like the spirit is fragmented or not super solid for whatever reason. And so he's kind of like this state, so it's like a flimsy type of sense of spirit. That's the best way I can explain it. But as the canine humanoid shows up, my best friend here, he is solid. That stream is solid as a rock, and the strength and the peace and the calmness. And here he comes in and he's just like, yeah, no. You're not. And that's the first time in my experience ever that one of the aspects interfered with what my intention was in the meditation. He does a lot of stuff for me, but him showing up and saying no to bringing in the Lyran, that was just phenomenal. So I wanted to share this with you because, who do you tell? Let's just tell publicly. Also, I wanted to entertain you a little bit with one of my stories. And when people say, what do you do for fun? Well, this is kind of what I do for fun. There are no movies or human activities that are more exciting than what I just described, quite frankly. And I appreciate every one of you who gets it. So thank you for tuning in today. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. The more subscribers, the more subscribers I get, the more doors that opens for me, the more I can share what I really actually teach and help people with. So it kind of goes hand in hand. So I appreciate your presence and you subscribing to my YouTube channel, and I'll see you around in space. I love you. Take care now. Namaste.